Okay, you've been busy making your garden gorgeous, but now you have a vacation on the horizon. You're all excited, but you don't want to come home to a bunch of dead plants. So with tips on how your plants will survive your vacation, we've got Frank Ferragine, also known as Frankie Flowers. So we're going to talk a bit about the indoor and the outdoor plants, because we want them to last. We want to go away and have a good time, but we don't want to come back to a desert, right?
Yeah, you know, and I always say to people that when they're doing a garden in the spring, they're so excited, right? They're like, I'm going to do the biggest and best garden ever. And then they're like, hey, also this summer I'm taking a month vacation to Italy.
Right.
I'm like, not a good idea.
Can't do both.
You can't do both. So you got to really design a garden in the way that you're going to be fits your lifestyle. That's really so key that's out there. And a lot of the times, if we design it right and we figure it out, it'll be easy.
It'll be easy.
Yeah.
So what is the first thing we need to think about if we're going away and we're leaving them on their own?
So on the outdoor plants, if we've designed the garden well and they're established, so they've already been rooted in, you know, we can put mulch maybe some of the gardens, but a nice deep watering is really key before we go away. You know, we can get timers as well. So we can actually get different timers that are available that we can do some soaker hoses in certain areas.
Right.
We can put it on a timer, but we would also want to make sure that somebody is going to be checking your water, because we don't want this leaking for a long period of time if it does become a leak.
Yeah.
But there's ways that we can do it that we can really benefit. So the key is before you go away.
Yeah, like are you talking about the day before you go?
The day before you go, if it hasn't rained for like 3 days in advance, you go out and you soak all your gardens, and make sure that with your containers, you're not using a whole bunch of small containers outside.
Yeah.
Like a small container like that will dry out in no time. Will dry out probably 2 times in a day. So if we're doing containers and we're planning on going on a vacation, do fewer, larger containers outdoors.
Yeah.
Then what you do is you group all the plants together. So those containers, you group them all together and water them. They'll actually not lose as much moisture at one time.
Oh, they help each other out.
They like together as friends. They're like, ooh, I'll help you, you help me.
That's so sweet.
Yeah.
They're like people.
They are.
We're supposed to help each other.
Yeah.
So when you say overwater the day before, how much are we talking about?
You're soaking. So
you're soaking.
Yeah,
you're soaking them.
There's some people that water like this. Woo, I'm watering.
Yeah.
No, stay.
Don't do that.
So with the container, right? You watch, and if the water leaks out of the bottom, you're going to need to water that twice, because maybe it just hasn't accepted the water. But we're watering, we're doing a deep watering, a soaking. Yes.
Soak it.
Yes.
So you've done that for the outdoor plants. You've done that for your indoor plants as well?
So your indoor plants, same thing. You want to group them together. You want to give them a good watering. You know, there are some different things that we can use as well. So this here is what's called a water globe. So after we're done watering our plants, what we can do is we're going to fill this up with water by the top. So we go to the top, we fill it up with water. We just stick our finger like this. We go over to the pot here, which is my anthurium. We stick it in. This will be filled. This is already wet. So as soon as that starts to dry out in the bottom, this will naturally put a little bit more moisture in.
Okay.
You know, is this a hugely effective thing? Not really. Will it make you feel better? Yes. It would make you feel like you're doing something.
How many days do you get out of that?
You'll get maybe another 2 to 3 days.
All right.
But a reminder, if it's overcast skies when you're away, if it's raining when you're away, for the outdoor plants, you don't have to do much. And some of the plants you select are really key. So if you're somebody who travels quite a bit, don't use finicky plants.
You travel a lot.
I do.
You've been traveling a lot for
These
the
are my
show.
plants. These are actually my plants. I grabbed them. This is the one that sits on my desk.
Yeah.
That's my Sansevieria, which is mother-in-law's tongue.
She's doing well.
Yeah, which is also known as snake plant.
Okay.
I will tell you the reason why they call it mother-in-law's tongue is because, like a mother-in-law's tongue, it never goes away. This will never die.
It just lasts.
Just keep on doing it.
When's the last time you watered this?
Oh, I haven't watered that guy in probably like 2 months. This is the first one.
Good.
But you can see what I did there for watering. I watered the top here, but then I also filled up the little tray in the bottom. So it's going to have a little additional water.
Know who you are and get the plants that you know are going to thrive if you have a life like Frankie has, because you're doing a lot of back and forth. Now, I have heard that there's a daycare for plants.
Yeah, so
Is that true?
There are. You can get plant sitters.
Plant sitters,
that will come into your home and will water your plants for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
so
you need to trust these people.
You do, but sometimes there's some different apps that are available too where they're vetted out and you can have them. And then if your friends come over and all of a sudden, at the end of your trip, that plant doesn't look the same, as a plant you had,
Yeah.
they killed your plant and they bought a new one to make it look like that.
And you're okay with that?
Just let it go. Let
Yeah,
it go.
let it
Let
go.
it grow.
Let it grow. Let it grow.
Yes.
You have a beautiful tropical palm, and you come back, and it's a teeny tiny little whatever. It's okay.
Yeah, it's like the
it
stuff.
Is what it is.
Like as parents, when the child loses a stuffed animal,
yes,
you're like, it looks kind of like it. Let's hope they don't notice.
Yeah.
Oh, they'll notice.
They'll notice, but it's good enough.